Are you looking for the best mid-tower cases? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best PC cases on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Cooler Master H500M. Cooler Master has taken a substantially different approach for the H500M when compared to the competition. The Cooler Master H500M is a rather old case released in 2018. However, it manages to hold its own even against most modern cases. The Cooler Master H500M improves upon Cooler Master's previous 500p series, offering better compatibility, clearance, and airflow. Moving on to the front I/O, it features 4 USB 3.0 ports and 1 USB Type-C, along with a power button that lights up. Alongside that, there are two 200mm fans on the front of the case, which come with addressable RGB, which can also be controlled using software such as ASUS Aris Sync or MSI Mystic Lite. The case itself is made up of plastic, which might be a bummer for such an expensive case. However, the overall build quality feels solid, so there should be no issues there. In terms of radiator compatibility, the Cooler Master H500M supports a 280 or 360mm radiator on the top and front of the case. At the bottom of the case, you can find the modular power supply shroud, revealing 2 drive cages. On top of the power supply shroud, you can mount two 2.5-inch drives using the included rubber pads. The Cooler Master H500M is compatible with eATX, ATX, Micro ITX, and Mini ITX motherboards and has a GPU clearance of 412mm. It also supports CPU coolers up to a height of 200mm. The Cooler Master H500M is one of the best mid-tower cases for both gaming and productivity currently available. The included 200mm. Number 2. Lian LANCOOL 2 Mesh C Performance X. Lian is a renowned computer hardware brand that sells various computer-related accessories, PC cases, power supplies, cooling solutions, and even desks with high-end systems integrated into them. Their PC cases may vary from size to size, but they always keep the quality aspect constant. One of their best PC cases has a balance between the airflow and the design. It is Lian LANCOOL 2 Mesh, available in 2 variants. One version caters to users who love RGB. The other focuses on providing utmost airflow regulation, namely Lian LANCOOL 2 Mesh RGB and Lian LANCOOL 2 Mesh Performance. This panel extends over the entire case's front panel, from top to bottom. Beneath the front mesh panel, we get 2 pre-installed 140mm fans that can ramp up to 1200 RPM. You can also install a 120mm radiator at the bottom by removing the removable grates. On the top, we get an included slider to control the fan, which is controlled by a PWM fan controller that can mount up to 6 fans. You can slide the controller to 4 different modes: low, medium, high, and auto to allow your fans to be controlled through your motherboard. The low speed runs at 45% PWM, the medium at 75% PWM, and the high at 100% PWM. A reset button. Number 3. MSI MAG Forge 100R. MSI is a brand you must be already familiar with. But you might not know it for producing PC cases, but it does. Their PC cases consists of the MPG series and the MAG series. Today, we will explore a case found in the MAG series, the MSI MAG Forge. This mid-tower PC case is available in 2 variants, 100R and 100M. The slight difference between the two is that the pre-installed fans come in an addressable RGB form for the 100R, while the 100M arrives with standard RGB fans. Speaking of the fans, the MAG Forge 100R arrives with 2 of the 120mm ARGB fans, where one is placed on the top and the other placed at the bottom, leaving the middle section empty. You get a hard drive cage underneath the SU shroud that can mount up to 2 HDDs or 3 SSDs. For SSDs, you get 2 additional mounts to either install them at the backside of the motherboard tray or at the front. You also get a lot of room for the power supply unit to install even larger ones. You get a good quality dust filter underneath your power supply unit in this economical case as well. On the backside of the motherboard tray, you get an ARGB fan controller that can plug up to 6 fans at once. The backside of the case consists of a single pre-installed non-RGB 120mm fan. Beneath the fan, there are 7 expansion slots with no vertical mount for the GPU. If MSI added a vertical mount for the GPU, The MAG Forge 100R would become more attractive for its price range. The top section includes the I/O ports, which are secluded away from the front panel. Starting from the far left, we get an LED button to cycle your RGB lights. It is then followed by two USB 3.0 ports and two separate jacks for audio and headphones. A reset button lies beside. Number 4. Fractal design Meshify 2. Fractal is famous for making excellent cases with amazing airflow, and they have dominated the PC case market for a while now. Their previous generation Fractal design Meshify also did fairly well, even though they had a lot missing. With the Fractal design Meshify 2, Fractal has not only decided to add more features, but they have also completely redesigned some parts of the case to fit a lot more in a smaller form factor. The Fractal design Meshify 2 is a mid-tower PC case that was launched along with the Fractal design Meshify 2 XL, which is an ever larger version of the Meshify 2. However, we are only going to be covering the smaller version. Starting off at the front panel, unlike the previous generations, can now be removed with ease. The dust filter also slides out without much effort, making it easy to replace it when needed. The Meshify lineup of cases is designed to provide better airflow with the new mesh front panel. The I/O on the top of the case consists of two USB Type-C ports, one USB 3.1 Type-C port, a separate microphone, headphone jacks, and the power button. It supports ATX and eATX motherboards up to a width of 285mm. However, going with an ATX motherboard might be the best option. GPUs that are 445 meters in length should have no issues fitting in this best mid-tower case, and it supports a maximum CPU height of 185 mm. Regarding the radiator compatibility, there is space for a 360 or a 420mm radiator on the top, and a 120mm radiator can be installed at the rear. A vertical GPU expansion slot is also present. However, the Meshify 2 does not come with a vertical mount. You will have to buy a separate riser to install your GPU vertically. On the bottom of the case, there is room for an ATX power supply and a hard drive cage consisting of two trays. Furthermore, Number 5. Apevia Crusader-F-PK. Apevia is a great computer hardware brand that delivers one of the best power supply units ranging from 250W to 1050 watts. SUS aren't the only computer hardware they deal with. They also provide PC accessories, cooling solutions, and PC cases. But we aren't talking about ordinary cases. Apevia is known for delivering pink chassis for the users that prefer to build an all-pink setup. The Apevia Crusader-F-PK is no stranger to the pink theme and is exactly what we will review today. This best mid-tower case can mount up to 8 fans. The front panel has not 2, but 3 pre-installed RGB fans. However, it supports a 240mm or a 360mm radiator. The top panel and the SU shroud can hold two 120mm fans each. The backside has one pre-installed 120mm RGB fan. The top panel has the I/O ports with a large button on the far left side, which appears to be the power button but isn't. It is the button dedicated to controlling the pre-included fan's RGB lighting. There's a reset button on the far right, followed by a pink cutout for your USB Type-C, one USB 3.0 port, then two USB 2.0 ports, with separate ports for audio and mic. The front panel has a textured finish that resembles the finish of a 3D printed material. The rest of the case has a standard